Hello, Assalamu alaikum. This is me, your host Mahnoor Gohar, and you are watching Park News English. Today, I'll be discussing about the women's right in Afghanistan. Today, we'll be talking about that are they given their fully rights in Afghanistan or not? It's been 1 year of the Taliban regime. Are women free in Afghanistan? August 15, 2021 was a dark day for Afghanistan and for Afghan women in particular. The Taliban took control of the country and, in what seemed like an instant, stripped women of their rights. Within days, professionals who had spent their lives studying, working, and pursuing careers were afraid to talk about the streets, safe only at home. Since the new regime took power, it has issued dozens of bans and decrees limiting the liberty of women, especially. It has removed women from the upper levels of government administration and banned girls from secondary education. The Ministry of Women's Affairs was closed in September 2021 and replaced by the Ministries of Prayer and Guidance and the Promotion of Virtues and Prevention of Vice, Mortality Police under the control of a Taliban minister. The entire cabinet is made up of men. In the government of this Islamic emirate, no women are wanted or permitted. In May, the Taliban announced that women must wear head-to-toe clothing, preferably a burqa, anytime they are in public. There have been nationwide protests, many led by women, but they are life-threatening acts. Punishments for participating in them are medieval. In a recent survey of more than 500 women journalists in Afghanistan, 60% reported having lost their jobs since the Taliban came to power. And if you talk more about it, and 87% reported experiencing gender discrimination during the time. Since taking control of the city of Ghazni on August 12, 2021, days before entering Afghanistan's capital, Kabul, the Taliban imposed rights-violating policies that have been created huge barriers to women's and girls' health and education, curtailed freedom of movement, expressions, and association, and deprived many of earned income. More than this, women and girls continue to face restrictions on their basic human rights imposed by the Sunni Islamist group for the first time since 2001. Traces for 2 decades of women's hard-earned right hardly remained amid an economic crisis, drought, and oppressive mandates. The Taliban believes educating women goes against Islam. Wearing the right hijab is now required and enforced, and women can't go to work or travel freely without a male guardian. Afghan women were promised the right to pursue education and employment under the Taliban's interpretation of Islamic law. But still, the group has failed to deliver. Human rights groups are calling on the international community to take a firm stance against the Taliban to protect Afghanistan's women and girls. Hundreds of thousands of girls and young women have missed out on school since the Taliban took over. In September 2021, the Taliban ordered the reopening of secondary schools, but only for male teachers, as well as only for male students, without mentioning women and girls particularly, seen as a de facto ban reversing years of gender equality process. Some schools reopened for girls in certain provinces due to the public pressure, but then again, the vast majority of schools in the country remained closed. Earlier this year, the Taliban announced that all students, including girls, could return in March 2022 at the start of the new school year. They were sent home by the Taliban same day due to dress code issues. The Education Ministry said that education for girls beyond 6th grade was suspended indefinitely, prompting global outrage. More than 45% of girls said they are not attending school, compared with 20% of boys, according to Save the Children, due to barriers such as economic challenges and community attitudes toward girls' education. A small minority of girls and women are studying online and in illegal secret schools, but many families don't have the necessary technology or funds to support additional school fees and costs. I don't know what the future will bring, but things cannot continue this way. My hope for every girl, woman in Afghanistan is that they can find a source of inspiration, the one who will help pave the way for them to grow into strong women. That's all for today. We'll be back with some more news updates tomorrow. Until then, stay tuned.